To the news at hand here. You are the second winner of the annual Shane Doan Good Guy Award. Just to give you a little sense of what that is, it's presented by the Arizona chapter of the Professional Hockey Writers Association, of which I am the chairman. The award reflects respect for the media profession, accessibility, and quotability. Those are obviously some of the values that Shane Doan displayed, some of the many in his 21-year career. So first off, congrats on winning the award. What does it mean to you, Fish? And answer this carefully because I created the award.
I think when you have anything in correlation with Shane Doan, I know it's kind of cliche to say, and we talk about Shane so much, but I think he's earned that right over his 20+ year career. He was the same person every single day, whether he won 10-0 or lost, and it was all his fault. One thing that goes with Shane is that he was probably, you could ask anybody, the best guy, the good guy, on the rink, family, you name it, media, being a leader. So to put very briefly, anything to do with Shane, and obviously this award, being named after him and created by my favorite media person in the entire world.
Here we go.
But no, honestly, it means a lot because I have a really, really big personality, and as you know, more talkative guys throughout this organization. But when it comes down to it, I always try to just give my honest answer and kind of show some emotion. I know sometimes in hockey you kind of have the status quo answer, and we gotta get pucks, and inside, stuff like that. I just try to be honest and try to just tell basically how I'm feeling, because I'm a very open book.
It is greatly appreciated. One more thing on Shane, and by the way, for people who are watching this video, that is the award sitting right in front of Fish. He had it all set to go and displayed before I even logged on here, so he has a little bit of show business in him as well. You talked about Doan and what he meant to that dressing room. You overlapped with him obviously a little bit at the start of your career. How did he impact you, Fish?
Yeah, I mean, I got the benefit to play with him for his last season there. I only played I don't know, whatever, 9-10 games with him or whatever it was, but the first day when I walked in, being 18 or 19 years old, whatever I was, into like a mid-season team already too, which is a little different. Shane's the first one to come up to you at morning skate, the first one to say something to you, whether it's not half the time it's nothing magical, that he doesn't have every right answer, but just the good person to come up to you just to make you feel somewhat calm goes such a long way. But I've spoke to you on many times before about how much I look up to him. Between my game, just hockey wise, and that's somebody that I look up to and I kind of put my game after. And then you throw on everything that we just talked about, why this award is named after him, and how good of a teammate and person he was. So honestly, to have somebody that I got to see firsthand, being so young, is a huge benefit to me, because every single day from that point on is kind of, you want to be that person, you want to be that teammate, and it just so happens to work out that I want to be exactly like his game as well. So and honestly, is obviously Shane's not playing with us anymore, but that's a person and friend that I reach out to very often and see at the rink so often, and it makes you realize how much, hockey aside, being a good person and being a human to friends, family, colleagues, anybody, it goes such a long way, and that's what you'll actually be remembered for in the very end of it.
I want to make it clear to people that you won this for the 2019-20 season, but COVID has created a lot of challenges number one, the trophy store had a lot of difficulties themselves, and a lot of businesses have struggled. So I felt for them. They finally got me the nameplate, and two, I can't give this to you face to face because of COVID. You're in the bubble, but there it is nonetheless. But on a different note, I got to ask how you feel about having your name right next to Brad Richardson's, which I noticed, by the way, it isn't on the trophy right now.
Yeah, no, I left Richie's in the box, and it's it was funny when you texted me for this award, and you told me that Richie won it last year, and I go, I wonder where it's at, and so I text Richie, I go, hey, where's the good guy award? Pretty good. Are you a good guy? And he goes, I don't know where I might be in the garage. It might be
You gotta
there.
explain that to people, because I don't think people realize you're still living in his house, right?
Yeah. So it's oddly enough, I rented Brad Richardson's house for the year, and then just a couple of good guys in this house. But yeah, he didn't. That doesn't seem like a good guy to me if you don't know where the trophy is. So we might throw that whoever voted for that, we might have to throw that into question. But
just for the record, where did you actually find the trophy?
the trophy was sitting inside the garage with about 15 other with all of his goal pucks and his 1,000th or whatever 800th game and that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was next. It was in the appropriate pile.
Okay.
But maybe he's just so humble that he just likes to put it off to the side. We'll put it as that.
Yeah. We don't know what happened to the first nameplate I had to have.
We don't. We do not know.
But we'll get off of Brad Richardson now. By the way, how did you come to live in his house?
I knew he was building a new house because I work out with him and golf with him in the summer out here. He spends most of his time out here, but I knew he was building a new house. And then once he signed with Nashville, I don't think I even texted him congrats. I go, hey, what are you doing with that house? What do you got going on there? Because it's a pretty nice house and everything's brand new. So it actually worked out well because he has some family pictures and some of his daughter's stuff here, and obviously stuff that he wouldn't be able to leave here that if somebody else if he was going to rent it out to just a normal person. So it actually worked out for both sides. And he texted me and hey, there's somebody dropping off because he's still adding some furniture and some grills and outdoor stuff. So I said I'll do some of that work as long as the rent goes down just a little bit more that month.
So Richie's keeping the house. Clearly, he's
keeping it, and I can't believe it. We have signed documents that Brad Richardson is my landlord, and that makes me sick.
Let's get back to this award, Fish. You've always been one of the most accessible and quotable players on the team since your arrival. Do you just like talking to reporters? Does that have something more to do with your approach to people and the way you were raised?
Yeah, I think it was just how I was raised. It doesn't matter if you're a reporter, or I just met you outside the rink, or you're my, brother. I'm going to talk to you the same way. I'm a very, I try to look at everything positively, and but also with that, I really like I don't beat around the bush. I'll tell it how it is. You could ask my family, my girlfriend, you name it. I like to say exactly how it is and how I'm feeling. But with that, I enjoy this job. I think that's the one thing for me is no matter what, I walk into that rink, and I know it's so cliche to say, but I walk in with a smile on my face every day, and I enjoy being around people. I love people. I love talking to people, interacting with them. And I think that's just an easy carryover to part of obviously my job is explaining and talking and giving insight to you guys, and I don't really understand why it's too difficult for some people, but I enjoy it. I do. It's fun to hear what the outside, what different people are thinking and seeing, and obviously your questions are your curiosity on certain games or certain plays, certain games, mindsets, stuff like that about the team that honestly that we don't really think about, but to hear questions about that, it kind of makes you think at night and makes you think during the time. It's cool to see so many observations about, what we're doing when we're kind of only zoned in on just, the opponent. So, yeah, I honestly, but in the end, I'd say it was how I was raised, and my mom and dad, and just my personality, I'd say.
Yeah, you do seem to be at ease in this environment too. I mean, you're, like I said, you're relaxed and you're open, you're articulate, you go in depth with reporters. You just seem to be really comfortable in this environment.
Yeah, I watched some interviews of the boys, and I tease them quite a bit. There's quite. I'm not going to name names. I'm sure you know, 'em. But there are some people that whenever they get in front of a camera, I don't know what the problem is, but they start talking super fast or start thinking they need to say a certain word when there's no right answers. It's what you think. If you ask me how I thought of the game, and I thought I was terrible, you don't need to beat it. Just say, yeah, we were terrible today. Like, you don't need to beat around a bush. And it's honestly it's the same as if we were face to face. And I guess, and that is personality driven. I will say that some people obviously are shyer or don't, like talking to people they don't know. But to me, it's no problem.
The last question I want to ask you for the video segment of this interview, and I want to let people know there's going to be more on the written. And by the way, the other chapter members of the Arizona chapter of the Professional Hockey Writers Association also weighed in on you. They also said some really nice things. Those will be in the story. But the last question I want to ask you about this relationship with you that you have with the media is, can you explain the disconnect between that lovable approach you take and your love of ketchup, which I have even seen you put on eggs?
You know what? I do put it on eggs. I had it on my eggs this morning. When just for everyone listening out there, Craig, we were texting and he asked if I would kiss the award in the video. And my next response, and I didn't send it because we had to hop on the call, but I was going to go, I will lick this award if you have your next hot dog with a boatload of ketchup on it. I'll do whatever you want. But
I'm not sure I want you licking the award. So
I can do it. It's in my possession right now. Until the year's over and you name your next recipient, I will do what I want with this. But yeah, I don't know what it is. And you know what? You're not going to change me. I can promise you that. I think to the day I die, if I'm going to Gene and Jude's, I'm bringing my own ketchup bottle in my car. I promise you that.
Yeah, and you're allowed back in Chicago when you go back.
I am. I don't know how, but as long as you don't put a word out to the Chicago Mafia or mob or anything, I'll be just fine.
I feel like it should be on your license or your passport or something. When you
ketchup user on hot dogs. Chicago hot dogs.
Fish, once again, congrats. Thanks for being who you are. That's why you won this award. I thank you for doing this. And as I told my readers, there will be more in the digital version of this story. But thanks again.
Thanks, Craig.